Tovino Thomas is a star, and this film actually proves it. Hi guys, this is Farhad, and welcome back to my channel Popcorn Reviews. If you're new to this channel, then please smash that subscribe button now. And as a video ritual, remember to like and comment on the video. Liking and commenting helps fuel the YouTube algorithm. And today, before we get to our review, I would like to wish my lovely Digi family a happy Onam. Hope you have a great time with your friends and family. And Onam also, by the way, brings so many new films like every year. And this year, I happened to watch the big budgeted, relatively big budgeted Malayalam film ARM, which is starring Tovino Thomas, ARM. And this film, it's not a perfect film, but it still is very impressive with the way it unfolds and transitions with respect to the themes that are there. So getting to the story and screenplay, ARM is essentially a story that takes place across three eras: the 1900s, the 1950s, and the 1990s that are there. And there are three distinct characters that take their juxtapositions in each of the stories that are there, all in the view of, finding or protecting the lamp that is there. Now, one thing is certain that I had reviewed Tangalan last week, Tangalan last week, and I could draw so many similarities between the two films that are there. That was basically set in the 1800s, and it was the main protagonist going after the gold that is there. The main protagonist is again from the lower caste there. Here again, there is an angle of casteism that is there, but instead of gold and instead of the Britishers having any stake, the stake lies with the people here. And the protagonist is again of a lower caste. The virtue, the object in question is a lamp here. So these are the parallels that you can draw. But one thing that is instantly impressive with ARM is the transitions, the theme transitions that is there. So it begins like a folklore, it becomes like almost like an action, so to say, an action drama, you can say. It soon then transitions into an adventure drama, and these slow transitions that are there are very well controlled in the screenplay. That is not perfect, I would say. It is still not perfect, and I'll let you know my gripes, smaller gripes with the screenplay, but it is definitely impressive, so to say. Now, one thing that I instantly, had a gripe about in the screenplay was the characterization, and I could clearly make out that there was a creative, catch 22 situation wherein would you want to develop the story and the world and take the story into the next part that is there, or would you actually want to restrict yourself, restrict the characters that are there, and eventually complete the story in this part. And the latter was true here, which means that the characters weren't exactly well developed apart from the protagonists, the three protagonists in each of the story that were there, which were also connected, by the way, by the bloodline. Now, which this basically meant was that there was no antagonist in the film, no real face of an antagonist. There were a couple of smaller antagonists here, but it wasn't a threat, so to say, in the screenplay. Another little gripe that I had in the screenplay was basically to do with the topics that it was trying to raise. So it did touch upon an important and relevant topic of casteism that is there through one of the characters as well. But how about this? You could have also focused on the quality of that lamp that is there, on what magical powers it has, what prophecy it holds. All that, detailing could have been done if you would have wanted to dug a little deeper that is there. But, these flaws are smaller flaws, you can say, in a larger, ambitious film of a very high persona, you can say, a very high aura. and that is something that I was thoroughly impressed by, particularly because, as I said, of the transitions, of the themes that are there, of the underlying tensions that are there. I just absolutely love the twist at the halfway mark that, completely changed the complexion of the drama and made it into an adventure drama of sorts in the second hour, and it led to a satisfactory end also, I would say, barring these smaller issues along with a couple of lags in the screenplay. I did feel that the impact of the ambition of the film was definitely shown, and I think that was a big plus for me as far as the story and screenplay is concerned. And given the technical department, like dialogues, music and direction, I felt the dialogues are very rooted and true to the world that they were set in. There were three different eras, and the dialogues represented them wonderfully well. I think the music was also good here. The songs were well integrated here. The BGM also managed to impress. The frames here, cinematography is absolutely wonderful to watch, and it's wonderful to watch a big budget Malayalam film. And remember, big budget here is relatively speaking. This entire film was shot in only 30 crores. Imagine, only 30 crores, wherein the big bad films of Bollywood, you would say, are 250 crores, 300 crores. Adi Purush, by the way, was 700 crores of loads of crap that was there. So in 30 crores, even the VFX was pretty good for a 30 crore film. And the frames were wonderful, the white shots that were there. The one thing that I have been listening, and this is the 2D version that I had actually watched, but I have been hearing about the 3D not being as good as well. So probably you could just completely skip the 3D, because this film was converted from 2D to 3D. It wasn't shot in 3D, so definitely the impact would be lesser. So my advice would be, you could completely, switch to 2D and watch it in the original format that is there. I really like the editing also. The editing was particularly impressive again because of the transitions, and it seemed like there was a lot of control that was there when the themes were being switched from one era to another, particularly in the second half, when there was an oscillating factor that was there. You're switching between the 1950s to the 1990s that are there. I think that editing was pretty good here. Director Jithin Laal, in his debut outing, manages to impress. You can see the vision that the man has early on in his career, and it's absolutely impressive to witness his kind of a vision that is there. Although the script that was there, it wasn't exactly, it didn't land exactly the way it should have. Probably the runtime was also an issue, I would say, but and there was a barter that was there to complete the story as opposed to the characters, which is okay, I can pass it. But the vision was definitely there, and that's why I want to go a little slow with the criticism here, and I don't want to completely overhaul the criticism by saying it's a bad film. It's not. It's a good film. It's still a good film despite all its shortcomings that are there, and he definitely manages to impress. Now, coming to the performances that are there, all performances are good, although not all characters are utilized, I would say. Like the character of Harish or Pramod Shetty, they were a little underutilized, although they did a good job with the acting that is there. I think Kriti Shetty also did a good job. Surbi Lakshmi also did a good job. Aishwarya Rajesh, in a little role, did a good job as well. Basil Joseph, I absolutely, he puts a smile on my face, every time he's on screen. And here again, he did the same thing here, and I did like his performance that was there. But the star of the show has to be Tovino Thomas. Now, this is Tovino's 50th film, and he has all the makings of a, pan-India hero, and I completely echo the sentiments of Tried and Refused Productions when he said that if Minar Mulli had made it to the theaters, scenario would have been completely different for Tovino Thomas. Unfortunately, during the pandemic, it was directly released on OTT, but Tovino Thomas is an outstanding actor, and each of the different roles that he plays here, the three different distinct characters, bring out different shades and different flavors to the drama, and that is the promise of an excellent actor, excellent to the core, and I absolutely enjoyed each and every performance of his. There's a tinge of madness, eccentricity in that second character, Manyan. Ajayan is much more grounded and little more aloof, finding his feet and identity as to what he stands for. And the warrior character that is there was very righteous. And I think that was the power of a powerful performer like Tovino. And he did a wonderful job. He also hid some of his flaws. So much so that I did not mind some of the flaws in the screenplay that is there. So overall, I felt that ARM is a wonderful watch. Nevertheless, despite its flaws, despite whatever anyone wishes to say, ARM is still a wonderful watch. It is an ambitious adventure slash folklore slash action drama with solid performances, and it makes for a wonderful watch. And my verdict is, watch it on the big screen. It is a theater experience, you would say, and you will enjoy that theater experience. So if you're liking this video, please smash that like button, comment on what did you make of the film ARM, and if there are any recommendations, throw me that as well. The recommendations have been a little slow these days because there are a few logistical issues at my end. I'm not getting enough time to record video every day like I used to, but I will get to that. Let's take it up as a challenge. I will get to that soon. There's a little logistical issue at my end. Other than that, the other Onam releases that are there, I will try to get to them. I really want to watch the Asif Ali film that is there, which I'm hearing lot of good things of, and I will get to that as well. But in the meanwhile, remember to share this video with your friends and family. Ask them to subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to read my full review of ARM, the detailed review of ARM, it's available on my site, Popcorn Reviews with a double S, the link of which is in the description box below. Also visit my social media handles, follow them, leave a follow, like Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Letterboxd. I do not end up making a video on everything that I watch, but I do write a lot. All information is present in the description box below of my site and on my social media handles. I'll see you again soon with another video. Till then, take care of yourselves, and thank you so much for your love and support. Cheers and happy Onam once again.